Hello guys, so here we are. This is my very first video, a little bit intimidating and but it's a new experience. It is good. The first topic that I wanted to discuss with you guys is the topic of worry. Okay, I will spend a little bit of time on that one, sharing my experiences about it and how worried I used to be myself, and how reading the Bible really helped me get out of what had really become um, a really debilitating habit. So um, the message that I received, I have entitled it "Too Stressed to Feel Blessed," because that's really how I was feeling. I used to, go to church and do the church thing, and in my heart really love Jesus, but I was just too stressed out about life to really feel as blessed as I claimed to feel. I was actually not feeling really blessed, but more stressed and anxious and worried and fearful about the future. But I got set free from that. I haven't had that for a while, and I trust that it will continue because the same Bible says, whoever Jesus sets free is free for good. I trust that it will continue. But when I received the message that I'm about to share with you in this video and the next few ones, I was at such a low point. I was at such a low point. I had spent about 2 days literally paralyzed by worry, in bed. Hadn't gone to work, couldn't bring myself to do anything at all. And I would say it's only through God that I really even found the strength to grab my Bible and read the passage that I'm about to share with you, and that really enlightened me, and that I can say literally changed my life. So I don't want to keep that for myself. I want everyone to be able to hear and get something out of it if they can. Oh, I want to sneeze. Okay, so I am in Luke 10, and I'm reading from verses 38 to 42. And it reads, Now as they went on their way, Jesus entered a village, and a woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to his teaching. But Martha was distracted with much serving, and she went up to him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Tell her then to help me. But the Lord answered her, Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things, but one thing is necessary. Mary has chosen the good portion, which will not be taken away from her. Now, if you're a Christian, you know this passage. You've heard about it many times. You know it, and you don't think there is anything else that you can really get out of it. And that was my position. But here is the beauty of the Bible. You can read a passage for years and years, unless and until the Holy Spirit himself open up the eyes of your heart so that you actually understand what it means for you in your life. Then this will never be anything else than a lifeless book. And as a matter of fact, that's what it was to me for many years. I need the Holy Spirit to understand this thing. I don't understand any of it without it. I know that, and this moment of truth, when I read that passage again, can only be attributed to the work of the Holy Spirit in my heart at the time when I really needed it the most. So the word that literally jumped out of the page to slap me in the face after I spent 2 days in bed, unable to do a thing, is the word chose. It says, Martha, you're anxious and troubled about many things. And Martha, that was really me. You're anxious and troubled about many things, but one thing is necessary, and Mary chose that thing. So in other words, what Jesus was saying to me is, Geraldine, you're troubled, you're worried, you are exhausting yourself with worry and anxious thoughts, but that is really your choice. It's your choice. Look at Mary, she chose something different, and what she chose will not be taken away from her, but you have chosen to be like this. And that was really something to me, because my self-talk and my talk with God had always been along the lines of, listen, God, I'm quite a chilled person. I'm quite laid back. I don't really worry, but any person in their right mind in my situation would worry. Because of the circumstances that you have allowed in my life, I don't have a choice but to worry. And that was the starting point of all my reasoning, that I did not have a choice but to worry because of the type of life that I was made to live. And so reading this passage, Jesus is saying to me, no, you do have a choice. Worry is a choice. I need to say before I continue that I am not in this message, not at all, referring to people who have some sort of mental illness, okay, who are suffering from a medically diagnosed disease or illness that means that they can't help but being that way, okay? I'm talking to all the Marthas out there, okay, who work so hard at trying to make things work and preparing everything and make sure everything is exactly the way it's meant to be and everything run and goes smoothly at all times. They put so much effort into that they get so stressed out and so anxious and so worried about things. Jesus is saying to us, that's your choice. And I thought, whoa, that in itself was really big. It was really a slap in the face moment for me. Deeper people would call that a revelation, but it was really like the Holy Spirit slapping me in the face and challenging what had always been my reasoning for so long. But the next question was then, okay, well, if it's my choice, and if you know, how do I stop doing this? Because it's not like that's what I want for myself. And the response to that question, how do I stop doing this, I received again through the Holy Spirit, reading Colossians 3. Let me double check that. So I wrote this down for you guys. Colossians 3, indeed. Colossians 3, verses 2 and 1. Okay, so what does it say? It says, set your mind on the things that are above, not on earthly things. Okay. And the first verse says, I'll read it out to you. Since then you have been raised with Christ, set your heart on things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. In other words, what the Lord was saying to me is, just make a decision to focus on other things. Focus on spiritual things. Focus on me. Focus on things that are lifted up much higher than the things that you worry about. Make the decision to set your mind not on the cares of this world and the worries of this life and the way your life is unfolding and all of these worries that you have. Set your mind on me. And that's a decision that you have to make for yourself. No one will do that for you. Even if you're saved and you have a space in heaven prepared for you, no one can make that decision for you to set your mind on Jesus while you are on earth. That's a decision that you have to make for yourself.